How are you girls doing? So far, there is an iPhone. Okay, it's iPhone da Maria. So far there are only girls here. So it's a girls' night. Welcome. Glad to see you all here. How are you girls doing? Your microphones are free. So please turn off the TV, turn off the radio, put the dog out, and tell me how you girls are doing. I have not seen any guys so far. How is everyone? Oh, there's a team here. So how are you guys? Okay? Is everyone okay? Your microphones are open. You can answer to me. Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Thank you for answering the first time. I'm glad to hear that you're fine. How about the rest?
Good.
Good. Good. You're not a very talkative person, right, Tim? Good. Good.
Hi, Roberto. Hi, how are you? I'm calling. Sorry, because it's very noisy here. Sorry.
Yes, I'm going to mute you very soon then. Okay?
Yeah, yes.
I'll cut all the external sound.
You turn off my sound
No, it's okay. We can wait about a couple minutes until everyone gets in, okay? I know that due to the internet connection, sometimes it takes longer for people to get in, so it's okay. How about the others? Priscilla, how are you, Priscilla? Luciana, how are you? Maria, Laís. How are you, girls? Okay? Are you keeping yourself at home? Or you have to go to work? Maria, you can answer. You don't have to type. Are you guys okay? Is everybody safe and sound?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I'm very glad to hear that, okay? I have prepared a very funny and interesting lesson for us to talk about today. Maybe we won't have time to discuss everything, but we are going to talk about a lot of things which are considered funny, but you have to take into account that what is funny in English may not be so funny in Portuguese, okay? Because the sense of humor is different. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys, not my screen. And let's start our class. Okay. The first thing we are going to talk about is called collocation or word partnership. This is when two or more words go together and they create a very special meaning. Okay, sometimes it's used in few situations, but it's important because there are many idiomatic expressions that use them. So if you can complete, okay, these collocations, let me see if I can decrease the zoom here. No, I can't. If you can complete these expressions with one of the given words here, like present, pork, fine, pretty ugly, atmosphere, merry, American, change, charge, and poor, you will have, oops, I was in the wrong one. It's clean, hopping, filthy, splitting, grave, sweet, light, lame, and smashing. These words, let me see, I will try to decrease the zoom. Okay. Let me see how I can do that. Zoom. Okay. Yes. Is it better for you to see now or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All the material that we use in our classes are available for you to download for free in our website, okay? All the material.
This
You
lesson
only
is
have...
not. The last one that was available was 7. That is when we rephrase your verb.
I think it's already there.
No, it's not. I just checked.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to the supporting material part?
What is the support material? Oh, I'll find it.
Yes, because I myself, I had never seen this part in the website. So yesterday when someone complained that the material was not there, I took a look and I couldn't find it myself. So I complained to the IT guys and they said, you're not looking at the right place. You're looking at the lessons. You have to look at the support material. In the support material, you find all the lessons, okay? But let's talk about this. And I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you have fun because you're going to learn some idioms, okay? So what does an angry kangaroo do? It gets mad. You have to try to find one of the words here. Clean, splitting, light, hopping, grave, lame, filthy, sweet, or smashing mad. Which word do you think you can use to complete this phrase to make it funny? And you also use it as an idiom to say that somebody is really mad. Any idea? Please use your chat because I cannot leave the microphone open to everyone because of the external sound. So use your microphone to give me the answers, okay? And we can discuss. If you don't understand any vocabulary, I'll be here to help you. But what word do you think it's possible to be used here, which means that a kangaroo is very, very angry? Any idea? Any idea? So far, I have not got any answer from anyone. What does an angry kangaroo do? Come on, guys. What does an angry... Okay, I got an answer. Nina, you're here. So you are always the first one to give me right answers. Nina gave me the right answer. He gets hopping mad. Okay? What is this? He starts jumping like crazy. So if you say that somebody's hopping mad, it means that the person is really, really angry. Just a moment. There is a person. Oh, sorry, I don't know how to use this app very well. Don't worry. I don't know how to use it either, Maria. Okay? It's hopping. It's not smashing. He gets hopping mad. Nina, why are you hopping mad? Because the lesson is not there? Is it? No? Why are you hopping mad? You're not mad. It was just an example. Okay. There is also a very common expression. Imagine you're driving your car down the street and you see a friend walking and you stop your car and you offer this friend of yours a ride and he accepts. Then you can say, hop in. Hop in is the same of get in, okay? So the kangaroos, when they are very mad, they are hopping mad. That's the expression. Now, the second one is very easy. Listen, doctor, when I go to bed, I wake up every 30 minutes. The doctor said, are you a sleeper? He said, no, I sleep in the dark. What do you think is the answer here that makes it funny? What is the answer here? A light sleeper. Yes. Thank you again for sharing. Is there anyone here who is a light sleeper? Do you understand this expression? Beatriz says she doesn't understand. A light sleeper is a person that wakes up many times during the night. Like he or she listens to a very small or a very light sound and he or she wakes up. So you say you are a light sleeper. The opposite is a heavy sleeper. It's when you sleep like a log. Remember, we saw this expression before. I usually sleep like a log. When my wife needs to talk to me, she needs to shake me up. So I wake up. Otherwise, I don't wake up. Number 3, you are late for school again. What's your excuse? Oh, I sprained my ankle, not uncle. And I couldn't walk properly, sir. And the professor said, that's a blah, blah, blah excuse. What do you think is the correct word I can use for, say, a bad excuse? Beatriz, thank you for sharing. Lame. Do you understand lame? Lame is when you can't walk normally, like you hurt your foot or you hurt your leg and you are walking with a certain difficulty. You can say, why is she laming? Well, she had an accident yesterday and she hurt her leg. That's why she's laming. Laming means this. So if I say this is a lame excuse, means that's a terrible excuse. But it makes sense because the guy said, I sprained it. Do you understand? Spraining my ankle. Sprained my ankle. Is it like I broke my ankle? Do you understand this? Spraining my ankle. Do you understand this expression? Sprain it. Yes, Kawasaki said, try to say it in English, okay? This is when you like twist, to twist your ankle. Yes, very good, Nina. Twist. You don't break it, you just twist it. Then you sprain it. You hurt some of the nerves, and that makes it difficult for you to walk, okay? How about number 4? Why did the burglar take a shower? He wanted to make a getaway. Getaway means escape, a getaway. Why did the burglar take a shower? He wanted to make a getaway. What is the correct word to complete this? Does anyone know? Clean. Clean. Very good. He wanted to make a clean getaway. That means a nice escape. But use it in this context. That's why it has a funny meaning. He took a shower because he wanted to make a clean getaway. Of course, it's not necessary to take a shower, but it's just a joke, okay? Number 5, I've invented a new pill. Half of the pill is aspirin, and the other half is glue. glue. You know what's glue that you use to glue things? But who is it for? People with space headaches. What is the answer here? Thank you, Tim. Splitting. Can you, Tim, explain what is a splitting headache? Is it a light one or a very, very bad one? What is a splitting headache? Thank you. It's a horrible one. Feels like your head is splitting. Very good explanation. Okay, that's it. It's when you have the impression that your head is going to be splitted into two parts. You say splitting headache. Usually people that have a migraine have splitting headaches. Thank you for sharing with us. Now, the next one is interesting. What did the hooligan say after breaking all the school windows? What did he say? I've had a time. What is the correct word to be used here? I've had a time. Kawasaki. Yes, I was counting on you to answer this. A smashing time. Smashing is when you smash everything. It's a fantastic time. Like, how was the party last night? Oh, I had a smashing time. But smash literally means like to break practically everything. So the guy had a smashing time. That's why he broke all the school windows. It's an expression, but it's good. Number 7. Did you hear about the undertaker who buried somebody in the wrong cemetery? What do you know what's an undertaker? That's a very funny name. Undertaker. Do you understand? Somebody here said no. Does anyone know what's an undertaker? Nina said, yeah. What is an undertake, Nina? Can you explain to us in English? What is an undertaker? It's hard. It's not. I don't want you to translate. I want you to explain. An undertaker is a guy that works in a cemetery, and he's responsible for putting the other people under the ground in a grave, in a graveyard. They're called undertaker. Okay? I heard that Rod Stewart was an undertaker, okay, prior to started singing, okay? Undertaker. So, did you hear about the undertaker who buried somebody in the wrong cemetery? Yeah, he lost his job for making such a mistake. What is the word here? It's a word that has a double meaning. He lost his job for making such a mistake. What's the word? Hello? Nobody knows? Grave. Yes, a grave mistake. It's funny because the guy is an undertaker and he made a grave mistake. Grave in this case means a terrible mistake, a very serious one. But grave is also the name of the hole that you dig in the cemetery where you bury people. That's also a grave. A graveyard is the area there, okay? So he made a grave mistake. Why do you put lumps of sugar under your pillow? Does anyone know this? Yes. Thank you for sharing, Beatriz. I put lumps of sugar. In Brazil, it's not very common to get lumps. Lumps are those little cubes of sugar that you find in restaurants outside Brazil. She says, or he says, I don't know, he puts lumps of sugar under his pillow in order to have sweet dreams. Okay? Do you think this is going to help him have sweet dreams? I don't think so. What do you call a millionaire who never washes? It's easy because it's the last one. That's also a very common expression. The guy is filthy. Yes, filthy rich. Only the word filthy means dirty, very dirty. But if you call somebody filthy rich, it means the guy is extremely rich. Okay? Extremely rich. So that's how you call a millionaire. He never showers because he is filthy rich. The second part here, I love it. Look at the name of it. You pronounce pães. You don't pronounce pum. Pum is a Portuguese word that has a different meaning. A pum. Okay? Does anyone know how to say a pum in English? Girls, I think you don't do this, but how do you say it in English? Yes, Beatriz knows. Yes, fart. I think that that famous singer used this in a song, like, whoops, I farted again, okay? But you don't say pums, you say pumps. What is pumps? It's a kind of a joke, very common joke in English, where you play with words that can have double meanings. See, a pun is a play upon words, usually with one word that has two meanings. For example, mouse can be the little animal, but it's also what we use to play with the computer or to move the computer. All these jokes here are puns, and they are supposed to be completed with the words that we have down here. Oh. Have you noticed any blah, blah, blah in me? No. Why? I've just swallowed some coins accidentally. To swallow. Understand the verb to swallow? Or no? Do you know what's to swallow? No. No. Okay. Let's talk about eating. Let's suppose you're going to eat a steak. So first thing, you cut a little piece, you put it in your mouth, and then you start chewing. C-H, okay, the verb to chew. Okay, chewing. Doctors say you have to chew 33 times. That's why we say chewing gum, okay? Chewing. After you chew a lot, you swallow. Swallow is when it goes down your throat. So the guy asked here, have you noticed any in me? No, why? I've just swallowed some coins accidentally. So what word do you think you can use to complete here in order to make a funny pun? I have here present, fork, fine, pretty ugly, atmosphere, American, change, charge, and poor. It's not charge, it's change. I'm sorry. Yes, Kawasaki has already said change. I have swallowed. Have you noticed any change in me? Because change has two meanings. For example, if tomorrow I start my class without my glasses, I'm going to ask you, have you noticed any change in me? You're going to say, yes, teacher, you're not wearing your glasses. Yeah, I got some contact lenses. That's not true. I need my glasses or I don't see you, okay? But change also means money, like a small quantity of money, a small amount of money. It's very common to see people on the street, beggars, asking for change. Like, you got some change to spare? You got some change to spare? So that's why it's funny here. Have you noticed any change in me? No, why? I swallowed some coins. So I have some change in my stomach, okay? That's why it's supposed to be funny. You can say it's not funny, but in English it is. The second one is, some girls, that's my case, some girls think I'm handsome, and some girls think I'm horrible. What do you think, Mary? A bit of both. What do you think is the answer here? I'm sure the girls know this very well. A bit of both. What is the answer? What is the answer here, please? Pretty ugly. Yes. Pretty ugly. The word pretty means beautiful. But if I use it before another adjective in English, it also means very. Like, how far away do you live? Pretty far away from here. Okay. How old is she? I'm not sure, but she's pretty old. So it's a way of saying very old. So I think a bit of both. You're pretty ugly. That means pretty is nice, but ugly is terrible. So very ugly. You have to be rich to play golf. That's why. Then why are there so many space players? What do you think is the answer to this case? Why are there so many players? Any answers? Poor players. Thanks, Tim. When you call a person a poor player, it means he's a bad player. And it's funny because you have to be rich to play golf. Okay? Number 4. I think we've just had a puncture. How did it happen? There was a space in the road. What is this? What is the correct word here? There was a in the road. A fork. Thank you, Kawasaki. What do you mean, a fork? A fork is that little, let's say, tableware that we use to pick up the food. It usually has three parts here, and you stick and pick up the food, a fork. But if I say there is a fork in the road, it's like the road splits, it divides. And that's why it's a joke. There was a fork on the road. The next one is a good one. Well, son, how was your first day at the new school? Great. The teacher is going to give me a gift. How do you know that? Well, when I arrived, she pointed to a chair in the corner and said, sit over there for the, what's the word to complete here? A puncture is a hole. You know, when you have a hole, when you have a flat tire, sometimes you're driving, okay? Yes, the answer to this one is present. But understand what's a puncture? It's a hole. When you get a puncture in a tire, it gets flat. That's how they say it. I got a flat tire, okay? Because there's a hole in it. Sit over there for the present, okay? Very good. How about number 6? I like this one. Why did the 2 astronauts decide to leave the restaurant on the moon and return to one on Earth? They said he had no, that's easy. Atmosphere, yes. Atmosphere, we know what that is. But we can also use it to say that a place has a very nice, a very good atmosphere. It's when the vibe is good in a place. I like the atmosphere here, okay? That means it is nice. So they decided to leave the place because they didn't have a nice atmosphere. Number 7, I'm going to have to put you in a prison cell for the night. And the guy looked at the officer and said, what's the blah, blah, blah officer? And the officer replied, nothing. It's all part of the service. What's the word here that also has double meaning? What's the charge? Yes, because every time you are arrested, when you go to prison, they must have a charge against you, okay, for breaking into a house, for stealing something, okay? So he said, oh, but what's the charge? But charge means how much you have to pay. And the officer said, nothing, it's part of the service, okay? Now, the next one, that's an interesting one. Why did you park your car on the yellow lines? Usually you can only park on the white lines, but why did you park your car on the yellow lines? Well, because the sign says blah, blah, blah for parking. This word has 2 very different meanings. Yes. How many students are in this class? I can see only one answering all the good questions. Did you also get the material in advance for this class, Nina, or you couldn't find it? You're just guessing now. Nina, you're guessing now. Oh, you're smart thinking. Okay, the fine says, fine for parking. Fine has 2 meanings, totally different. You can use when you say you're fine, you are all right, you are okay. Like when I say, well, how are you? I'm fine. But fine also means a ticket that you have to pay for doing something illegal. When you are over speeding or when you double park your car, there is a fine. And the guy thought, well, fine for parking, so I can park. But no, the police issued him a ticket or a fine. The last one is very interesting. How do you call a happy teen in the USA? Remember, in England, they use the word tin to refer to the container where you get food, like tinned tomatoes, okay? In the United States, you say can, okay? But in England, they say tin. So I bought a tin of tomatoes, or tomatoes, as they say. Or I bought a tin of corn, okay? So the corn that you're using, is it tinned? No, it's fresh. The answer here is Mary can. You can say, I don't understand. Did you understand the funny part in this case or no? How do you call a happy teen in the USA? Did you understand? Merry or happy are synonyms. We don't say happy Christmas. I've heard people saying, but usually we say Merry Christmas. Yes, it's funny. Yes, Tim has already discovered American, okay, which is a short for American, okay? That's how you call a happy teen in USA, American, okay? Very good. The next part is going to be a little bit more difficult. Have you ever heard the word homophones? Homophones. What is this? Two words. I can even send you, if you want, a list of all the words that have the same pronunciation, but different spelling and different meaning. I have a list of all the homophones, okay? And it's just like the number two, the preposition to, and when I say me too, two is the same. Sometimes it can be confusing. I know a joke. If you translate or if you think in Portuguese, maybe it will make no sense. But a chemistry teacher asked the students, who knows the formula for water? A student raised his hand and said, I do. The formula for water is HJKLMNO. I put it here for you. HJKLMNO. The teacher said, are you crazy? The formula is H2O. H2O. And the student said, that is what I said. H2O. H2O. You see, it's not possible to be translated. It's funny in English because H2O or H2O is the same sound. Yes, from H to O. Understand? So in English, sometimes it's difficult because you have words with the same sound but a different meaning. So you might get confused. And this lesson is particularly about this. Oh, waiter, what do you call this? The waiter said, it's soup, sir. The customer replied, I don't care what it's space. What is it now? So you have here two words that have the same meaning, okay? But they are totally different. What do you think is the answer here? Waiter, what do you call this? It is, well, I don't care what it's, what is it now? Exactly, Beatriz. Thank you for sharing. It was a bean soup. Bean, B-E-A-N. Okay? The guy said, okay, but I don't care what it's been. The same pronunciation. I want to know what is it now. Okay? It's just like, for example, I heard another joke like this, that the guy asked the waiter the same thing. Waiter, what kind of soup is this? The waiter said, it's I'm sorry. There's always somebody interrupting here. I'll try. The guy was talking to the waiter and said, waiter, There is a hair in my soup. Okay, like, waiter, there is a hair in my soup. And the waiter replied, of course, sir. That is a hair soup. You see, these two words are also homonyms. Hair, I don't have very much. And the second one, hair, means a rabbit. That's another word for a rabbit. You know, a rabbit, that animal. So, of course, sir, that's a hair soup. So that's the case. Sometimes you have words with the same sound, but different words. The second case here is funny. Have you ever hunted blah, blah, blah? No, I always hunt with my clothes on. So what do you think is the case here? Yes, thank you, Nina. That was fast. Have you ever hunted bear? No, I always hunt with my clothes on, because bear means without clothes, and bear is also that big brown bear or grizzly bear, okay, that you find in north of Canada or in the North Pole. And then, no, I always hunt with my clothes on. I like this one. This is a good joke. Why are black clouds like somebody riding a horse? Why are black clouds like somebody riding a horse? Why are black clouds like somebody riding a horse? Because they both hold the what? Who knows this one? Yes. Beatriz said, the black clouds hold the reins. And when we are riding a horse, we hold the reins. It's the same pronunciation, but different words. Reins, reins. Okay, very good. A teacher saw two young boys fighting in the playground. Stop! You know the school rules. No fighting, blah, blah, blah. But, sir, we weren't fighting. We were fighting quietly. What do you think are the answers here? The first one and the second one. No fighting. But, sir, we were, yes. Thank you again for sharing. The first one is no fighting allowed. Allowed means permitted. It spells A-L-L-O-W-E-D. And the boy said, sir, we weren't fighting allowed. Allowed means in a loud voice. It spells A-L-O-U-D. So it's the same sound, but we were fighting quietly, not aloud. Number 5, what is the effect of 7 days dieting? What is the effect of 7 days dieting? Girls can answer this very fast. They make 1 week. W-E-A-K. Okay, because 7 days is a week. But if you don't eat for 7 days, you become weak. W-E-A-K, which means not strong. And the next one. Did you hear about the novelist who lived on the 9th floor of a block of flats? He dropped 6 into a waste paper basket and lived. He dropped 6 what? Come on, guys. He dropped 6. Yes. Actually, it's the first one team answered, stories, because stories is like a building has stories. I live on the first story, second story, 10 stories tall. He dropped, he fell down 6 stories and survived it, okay? And lived. But that's the same idea. Thank you, Nicole. That's it. How about number 7? How can you get rid of my headache? Hit your head against a window and they will disappear. And they will disappear. How can I get rid of my headache? Hit your head against the window and they will disappear. The pain, yes, pain will disappear. Okay, I have pain and pain, same sound, but different meanings. The next one, I like it. The fortune teller. You know what's a fortune teller? Those women that usually predict the future. Some of them read cards, tarot cards. Some of them have a crystal ball, usually made in Paraguay, where they can see the future. So the fortune teller says, would you like your palm, sir? The guy said, no, thanks. I like the color it is now. What are the 2 words that I use to complete this, please? Okay, red is in the first. Would you like your palm red? Past participle and past tense of read. Read red. And the guy confused with the color red. Then he said, no, no, no. I like the color of it now. Okay? So it's not red. And the last one, this is a little more confusing. What did the small, shy, shy, coy, timid, what did the small, shy stone say? I wish I was a little, what is this? I wish I was a little. Just to finish, the last one, guys. We have no more time. Bolder. Thank you, Nina. Bolder, if a person, like I think everyone has seen this word but never paid attention. When you're using Word, you have there the letter B. When you click it, you're writing bold. If a person is bolder, it's courageous, very brave. But I also have bolder with the same pronunciation, but it's spelled B-O-U-L-D-E-R, which means a little bigger stone. Okay? Sometimes I wish I were a little bolder. So I don't know. If he was shy, I think he wanted to be bolder, the first one, like Nina said. But you also have the other one, bolder, which means bigger. Okay, it's a big stone. Well, this is the idea. That's what I wanted to talk about with you today. But we have a lot more lessons here. Unusual expression, missing words. All of them are supposed to be funny in a certain way. Okay? Moving stress, misunderstandings. Okay? I would like you, as a homework, to try to complete them, and tomorrow we will discuss them. Remember, all the classes are being prepared based on your suggestions. You ask for more vocabulary, you ask for more interaction. It's difficult to have open microphones because of all the external sound. Then if I just open, unmute all the microphones, I can't talk. But I'm trying to interact as much as I can. And on behalf of Descubra Mundo, our intention is to help you improve your English while you have to stay home. And at the same time, you stay safe. So thank you very much for attending this class. I hope to see you tomorrow. This initiative of Descubra Mundo has no cost. Everything is free. You can download all the material if you look at the right place, okay? Suporte, material de suporte. You find all classes there. And if you haven't seen any other class, all classes have been recorded and they are available for you at YouTube. So thank you very much for being here. I hope to see you all tomorrow. And next week, maybe, I don't know. It's something I have to talk to our CEO to decide what's going to happen. If this quarantine is going to be extended, maybe he'll decide to extend the classes, but I really don't know. But theoretically speaking, tomorrow is supposed to be our last class, okay? Thank you very much for joining. I hope you have learned some new words, some new vocabulary, okay? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening, and thank you for being here. Bye-bye now. Thank you, Maria. I'm glad you like it. Is it possible to bring us more business vocabulary? Yes, Kawasaki. Maybe you should write that in the survey, and I can prepare some business material for the class. All right? No problem. All right, okay? Bye-bye. See you guys soon. See you tomorrow. I'm glad you liked the class, Maria. Bye-bye now.